Exactly.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Call this meeting to order, November 12th, 2025 at 5:30 p.m. I'm noting all board members present. With that, well, actually, okay, this is worded a little bit different, but with that, I will do open forum. I see nobody is here for open forum unless somebody else has anything to add.
We did receive an email.
Okay. Hello, I want to thank the community for the opportunity to run for Ogilvie School Board. I'm grateful to everyone who took the time to learn about the candidates and vote. That said, I'm disappointed to learn of the influence that current board members, the Ogilvie Fire Department, and nepotism had in identifying and promoting a candidate who, in my 2+ years of attending and listening to school board meetings, has never participated. Now, 3 of 6 members on the school board also serve on the Ogilvy Fire Department, and several others have various other conflicts of interest. As an employee, spouse of employee, relative of employees, etc. I believe this dynamic raises legitimate concerns with this election and in broader district decision-making. I challenge both the board and district administration to address this concern and to ensure transparency and fairness in governance. Furthermore, I respectfully request that the public comments submitted to email are read verbatim during public comment. A summary or cliff notes of version is not acceptable. Thank you, Amanda Stevenson.
I didn't think we had open forum email anymore,
That's what I thought that we had voted on as well, is that we did it that way.
that
So,
we were asking people to come in to speak to us in person
correct, if they had something to say.
on open forum.
I agree.
Because if we read every email we got, I mean, we just received an email from a staff member, but I mean, we
Yeah.
can't read every email we get.
That is correct. No, I do agree. I know this is a nice form of communication for people to utilize when they can't be here.
Yep.
But
Absolutely.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go on the record in my last meeting to object to that because these people have lives. And email is an effective tool for communication if used in the right way. So
They can definitely communicate to the board that way, but just type stuff up and expect our board chair to read it every single meeting when they don't want to put
I'm sorry, that's
their
what
butt
we
in
get,
the chair
that's what we
to
get
say
paid
it
for.
to our face, I have a problem with that.
Well, even if they do say it to our face, it is, you don't have any
They can
chances to
come right
rebuttal.
in here.
You don't come in, you don't get an opportunity to answer them. Last community member came in, she made her statement, but the board was quiet on it.
that is correct. We
Just
do
gonna
not,
object to that. I
we
think that
do
email
not have to
is a
comment
valid tool.
during open forum. We do not have to comment.
So what's the difference? They write an email or they sit in that seat. They're still just presenting one-way communication.
People get to
Either
be
way.
keyboard warriors behind their computers, Carl.
Well,
That
that's
gets pretty sickening.
That's true.
So.
Even after a couple of beers.
Yep.
You are correct on that.
You put her correct on.
So I guess we need to just clarify with Mr. Ricky then too, like, do we have an open forum email? Are we doing this?
I don't think that's the administrator's position. I think it's the.
It's
board's
not,
position.
but he's the one who's fielding these and presenting them to us as well. So I mean, it's our,
Usually with visitors or open forum, there's a time limit, you know, they need to identify who they are and there is a time limit. You know, especially as schools went through the COVID.
Yep.
That kind of stuff, all of that parameters. So I can pull the archived information. Because most schools, as they went through remote virtual school board meetings and then reopened again, redefined or clarified that. So
We've done this.
Yeah, we did
We
that.
did that, yeah.
I know there's a orange folder on the superintendent's specs that says open forum on it. I can look at those notes.
okay. Then I guess as a board, we can have that discussion as well as to what we want to do. I mean, if anybody is opposed to that, to having an email, I am not. But I also agree with Member Smith here as well, that they, you know, they can say that, but as well as it's a form of communication if they're not able to get here as well. So, because sometimes if we don't host a middle of the month meeting, then they may miss it or something. I don't know. Thinking out loud, I guess. So, go ahead.
Just for your consideration about that email account.
Yes.
You can also consider an auto reply, since that email account has been in existence for some time.
Okay.
You could draft an auto reply, just as an option, to have it say one thing or another.
Yes. I
Sure,
think that's a great idea.
sure. But in regards to that email, I do slightly agree with some of the opinions in there as well, and I shouldn't really comment on it, but my only concern is now that we have 3 board members who are on the fire department, and if there happens to be an emergency and I lose 3 of my board members, I lose my quorum and I can't have a meeting anymore. So that is my concern. That hasn't almost happened once. So
Well, I would like to compliment the 3 board members who are actively volunteering in our community. So,
Correct. So, goes both ways.
I mean, I get the
And none of
conflict,
us are related. I don't know, there was something about nepotism, so I don't know. None of us are related, and I don't know how the Ogilvy Fire Department is a completely separate entity to the school. And so there isn't any advantage for me to be here or there or anywhere else for that matter. So I don't quite understand that. But it's an opinion and
Correct. Everybody's entitled to their opinion.
absolutely entitled to it.
Okay, with that, we'll move on to approval of the agenda.
that's on the 6th.
Need a motion?
It is on the 6 o'clock then. Okay, all right. Yeah, well, there was 2 of them sent out and I actually thought that it was on this first one.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that, I'm looking for a motion to approve the agenda as presented, please.
So moved.
Motion by member Smith,
Second.
second by member Boudreau. Discussion. All right, with that, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. You want me to read all these, Kevin?
Yes, real quick.
Okay. Acknowledgements. Thank you to our set of election judges conducting the November 4th special election. Janice Ambrose, Katie Beck, Robin Eder, Heather Hines, Jen Tigan, Sandra Thompson, and Jerry Tweet. So thank you to those individuals. I know that we always, when it comes to election judges, sometimes we struggle to get enough. So we appreciate everybody that does do that for us. So thank you. Thank you to Linda Spears in the business office, the election clerk, assisting board clerk Kathy Beck. So I'd like to thank those individuals for doing the paperwork side of things.
Linda kept us all together.
Yes, she does. She does every single time that we host an election. So, and also thank you to Carl Boudreau for filling in the need as a short-term appointed member of our Ogilvy School Board until the special election could be completed on November 4th. So thank you for your service, Carl. Much appreciated. Item 8, do we need to go through the timeline for the new school board member? I know that this is a public document. Everybody can read it and go through it.
I know I had some school employees and community members ask if they start in January or do they start
Correct.
when they can. So I think for clarification, it would be okay to review the timeline for number 8, because this is not a traditional school board term. This is filling an unexpired term due to a board member moving out of the district. So once you go through the procedural timelines, they can properly start. So it is, the newly elected person could begin by the regular November 24th school board meeting.
Sure. So you'd like me to read through all of them?
Yes, please.
Tuesday, November 11th, any and all candidates turn in their signed campaign forms. November 12th, canvass for vote results. Wednesday, November 19th, end of 7-day period where election can be contested or a recount can be requested after canvassing. November 20th through the 22nd, following the waiting period, the certificate of election needs to be issued to the winner. November 20th through the 22nd, signed acceptance of office and oath of office by winner. Monday, November 24th, participation at the first regular school board meeting. Is there a actual resolution to read?
It's right there.
Oh, the whole thing. Oh, okay. So this is the resolution. Okay, gotcha.
And I have a blank copy that we should sign once we fill the blanks in.
Okay. Be it resolved by the school board, well, does anybody else want to read it? Okay, be it resolved by the School Board of Independent School District Number 333, Ogilvy, State of Minnesota as follows. It is hereby found, determined, and declared that the special election of the voters of this district held on November 4th, 2025 was in all respects duly and legally called and held. As specified in the attached abstract, in return of votes cast, a total of 165 voters of the district voted at said special election on the question of one school board member for an unexpired 3-year term expiring the first Monday in January 2029 as follows. Susan Brown, 30. Amanda Stevenson, 32. Michael Cernobrina, 102, and one write-in for with one. Michael Cernobrina, having received the highest number of votes, is elected to an unexpired 3-year term beginning duties as soon as the next regular school board meeting being held on November 24th, 2025. The school district clerk is hereby directed to certify the results of the election to the auditors of Kennebec County, Mille Lacs County, and Isani County in which the school district is located in whole or in part.
I'll second it.
Second by member Beck. Discussion. With that, we'll go with a roll call vote. Member Schroeder,
Aye.
member Wilder,
Aye.
member Beck,
Aye.
member Smith,
Aye.
member Boudreau.
Aye.
I will vote aye as well. Motion passes unanimously. Do we have to certify all of these and read all of these, Kevin?
Number 10, yes. So this is a resolution authorizing the clerk to do the follow-up task. So, yes, page 3 needs to be read.
Okay. Anybody else want to read it besides myself?
I'll give it a shot, I'll give you a break.
Sure, whereas.
Whereas, motion by, the board member has canvassed a special election for one school board member held on November 4th, 2025. Now therefore be it resolved by the school board of Independent School District Number 333, Ogilvy, State of Minnesota as follows. The chair and the clerk are hereby authorized to execute certificates of election on behalf of the school board of Independent School District Number 333, Ogilvy, State of Minnesota to the following candidate. Michael Chernova, who has received the highest number of votes, is elected to fill one vacancy of an unexpired 3-year term with expiration term being the first Monday of January 2029, based on the results of the canvass. The certificate of election shall be substantially the form attached here to see Appendix 5A for example form. After the time for contesting the election is passed, if recount request 7 days after canvassing is November 19, 2025, and the candidate has filed all campaign financial reports required by Minnesota statutes, Chapter 211A, the clerk of the court is hereby directed to deliver the certificates to the persons entitled thereto personally or by certified mail. Clerk is hereby directed to enclose with the certificate form, a form of acceptance of office, an oath of office substantially in the form attached here to see Appendix 5.9 for example form.
I'll second.
Second by member Beck. Discussion. That will do a roll call vote. Member Smith,
Aye.
member Boudreau.
Aye.
Member Schroeder,
Aye.
member Wilder,
Aye.
member Beck,
Aye.
and I will vote aye as well. Motion passes unanimously.
Mr. Chair,
That is just a signed document.
4 of 6 is a signed document, page 5 of 6 is a signed document, so that moves us to the final page 6.
6 of 6 is where we're at?
We are 6 of 6. Does anybody have any others for this specific meeting?
I do not.
I do not as well. With that, look for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn at 5:47.
Motion by member Smith,
Seconded.
second by member Woodrow. Discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. This meeting is adjourned.